back-to-back awards. Like, what does this mean to you to sort of have this honour and just sort of celebrate the year that was for the Reds?
Yeah, it's a great honour to be recognised for sure. It was a great season with Les and all the new staff up there, and it's a positive step forward how we want to play and what we want to achieve in Queensland. So obviously honoured, but I'm just a cog in the machine up there. There's plenty of players that easily could have won it, and in Australian rugby. So
So sort of the system that Les has brought in, like now that you sort of had that full season with the boys, like what do you think sort of brought the best out of this team, and particularly your own game, just to sort of catapult yourself to this award?
I think Les and the staff he's brought, with Zane and Brad and John, they're hard workers and they love the team. They love working hard for each other, and they want the best for us as people on and off the field. So when you're directly involved in an environment like that, you tend to thrive. So I feel like the environment they've created is something personally I've been able to thrive in and been able to learn to get better.
How long did it take you, Fraser, to feel confident at this level? You've got the award now, but if you look back years ago, was there a game where you went, I'm ready and I'm confident at this stage?
Put me on the spot there. Look, I've always felt comfortable in Super Rugby with the team I've had around me. I've always had some of my best mates out there with me, so I've never felt sort of alone. I think that's a big factor in it. And the talent we've always had and still have up there is phenomenal. So under Thorny we had a lot of games and I was able to learn and grow in different areas, and obviously under Kissy being able to move that even higher in where I wanted to go. But I mean, can't really pinpoint a direct game. It's just growing and understanding my game better, learning under different coaches and getting more experience obviously through Super Rugby and through Test footy, being able to get better.
And that competition for places at the Reds, how's that set you up for Test honours and being where you are now? Yeah,
it's massive. Obviously, you want to play and win for Queensland, but you've got to first be able to win your spot and hold that spot. So being able to be consistent and do what the coaches want you to do and be able to perform that on the weekend is massive to how the team obviously performs on that weekend. So it has a huge emphasis on being able to perform.
On Red's point, I feel like we're here at the same time, sort of start of the year, where you're looking to get better in that quarterfinal. Like that's a hump where the Reds are trying to sort of past couple of years trying to get over. Like, what have you learned from those sort of disappointments that you can really take in and sort of feel like that you can go one step better in 2025?
I mean, the quarterfinal past 2 years has been tough for us. I mean, we've added a lot of depth to our squad this year, obviously due to Melbourne exiting the competition, but that's going to help us immensely. We get more depth, which means we can manage our squad a bit better, which means competition is even higher, and competition breeds better performances, better success. So and you got also the emerging players coming through like Joe Bryle and JB, John Bryant there in the back row especially, putting pressure on us older fellas. That just breeds success, and hopefully that keeps compounding.
Maddie, congratulations. I mean, back-to-back awards. Like, what does this mean to you to sort of not only have this once but twice in the same year, just sort of get this honour?
Yeah, I think it's super special. Obviously, I don't just want to be a one-time player, and I want to keep building a career, and to have the consistency to put in day out and keep getting better and keep striving towards these obviously ultimate bigger goals is something that I pride myself on.
You're now at the stage you're breaking your own records. Like now, when you look towards next year and the sort of future, how do you go about sort of keeping motivated and looking to sort of keep building the legacy that you have?
Yeah, I think it puts more pressure on me. I get very nervous. So coming into Dubai, I'll probably try and settle those nerves and just go out there again. But I think when we've got a team like that inside me, it makes it easier to just break my own records. And I think having that goal just keeps keeping me motivated. And obviously we came Shawn that Olympic gold. So 2028 is where I want to be, to win a gold medal alongside the team of girls with me.
Sorry, you said you're motivated for the bigger, brighter goals. Yep. What is that goal?
I think ultimately I want to go down one of the greatest wingers to play the game. I guess Portia Woodman just retired and she's got this big legacy, so I'd like to follow in her footsteps and ultimately leave the game with having my name branded in the game, which would be pretty special. And as I said, those other little achievements that we haven't quite yet got. But yeah, a gold medal would be really nice with the girls.
Maya, congratulations. I mean, I know it's only minutes after the award, but is it sunk in just how special this is and what this means to you?
Probably not. I mean, considering the girls who were nominated, and especially off the back of the way we finished WXV2, I'm super surprised to get this, but honestly so honoured. So yeah.
Well, that's a pretty special season where you're scoring in the last 7 games, taking home the title for the first time in Wallaroos history. Like, there's nights like this really sort of ramp home just how sort of amazing the group is and what you've just achieved over the past 12 months.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, having Joe come in and be our new coach has been fantastic. We've played some really expansive rugby and it's been exciting. So it's been great to be a winger within the side because we're getting our hands on the footy more, and it's been special, like, as you can see.
What does winning this mean for you?
I think I've had a few injury-plagued seasons and started, my rugby career quite slowly, but it's been really nice. It's been building for some time now, so it means a lot to honestly receive an award like this. It's been something I've wanted to do, but not something I've been looking to do. So it's been there, but not something I've thought about too much. So it's really special.
When you think about what you've achieved this season and adding this on top, can you kind of put that into words?
Not really. I mean, breaking that try scoring record was so special considering the amount of tests the Wallaroos had in the past. So that's been crazy, and then this to top it off is just awesome. Leading into a World Cup here, it just fills you with confidence and fills you with confidence within the group as well. So yeah.
Sorry. I was going to say, you've done this even with like injuries, missing that New Zealand Fiji game. Like, given your history as well, like having gone through the sort of hard yards of rehab and working your way back to it, like does that all of a sudden just make moments like this, moments like South Africa, just a bit more special now that you get the time to just sit back and reflect?
Yeah, I think having a few big injuries within my career has sort of helped for moments like obviously against Fiji where I missed that test with a hammy, just a little hammy niggle, but it's put a bit of perspective into my game and it's been nice. I mean, obviously it was frustrating not playing those 2 games, but being able to sit on the sidelines and analyse and watch the girls play really well and look for areas that I can work on and areas where I can inject myself has been great. So yeah.
How important was that WXV2 win in the lead up to next year for you?
I think just for confidence within the girls and the group, it was special. But for me as well, looking at the type of rugby we can play, it's exciting and we've been expansive, and I hope that we can build on that.
Like, and in terms of 2025 as well, like the focus turns to the World Cup. Like, now that you've come to success like that, how much is that now just fuel the fire to really just keep going one better and start taking down those top 4 teams? Yeah,
I mean, obviously we're still the underdogs coming off a few wins, but we've drawn the so-called death pool. But it's exciting. I mean, we've beat USA before; they got us on the last one, but hopefully we can get them obviously again. And England, like they're a top side, and to have them in the pool is special. I mean, we get to go up against the world's best, so yeah.
At the start, congratulations. Like, did you have any idea of the sort of you were going to take out this award when you rocked up here today?
No, look, we had I think it was Rochi and Dowlow up there as well, so obviously not 2 calibre players there. Look, it was pick of the draw there. Just so grateful to be named and awarded this at such end of such a big prep for the Olympics and such a big year for us. So yeah, very grateful.
When you come from the Olympics like that, where you've exceeded where Australia's finished in the past, but just fallen short of the bronze medal match, are you able to take in just how special that campaign was and how sort of how great it was just for this team?
Yeah, of course. Like straight after the Olympics, it was obviously very disappointing. It settled in pretty much a couple of weeks after, and just realising how well we actually did. To get there and to not finish off was disappointing, but in the end, the effort that went into the whole year and into the Olympics was huge, and to get to the 4th place is huge. So, very proud.
How much does it fuel the fire for 24-25 just to really keep going and maybe sort of recreate that World Series success that you had post-Tokyo?
Yeah, you got that itch, straight away. We had off-season, had holidays, and I could tell boys were itching to get straight back into it. So, it's been an exciting pre-season and really looking forward to Dubai and Cape Town. Yeah.
Great. Percy, congratulations. Just sort of reflect on this honour and what it means to you.
Thank you. Truly humbling. I think it's such a prestigious award to receive. I didn't even know where to start, to be honest. I think the finalists that were alongside me were definitely deserving of the award as well.
As you're sort of taking photos there, we're seeing Tyler, Taboo sort of come in. It's really clear that they see you as such a sort of mentor of this Brumby setup. What does it mean to not only sort of have this recognition, but just see this emerging group of Brumbies that are just coming through and not only dominating at a super level, but that international level, and you're seeing that growth alongside them?
100%. They'll surpass that. They're definitely international players, and they'll only get better. They're so young and there's so much growth, but the game's so much more than what you see on the field, and so just seeing that, just the culture that we have, I hope they build that stuff moving forward.
That semi-final defeat, like how much does that really burn as you get back into pre-season training at this time of the year?
Oh, definitely. We know that we're capable of like a better performance than that, but you could see that there was so much growth from that first round season to that semi-final game against a top-tier team who definitely took it out and won. And so we can take positives from that. We just need to make sure we start out there and then build next year.
Obviously, 2025 for Super Rugby Women's, it's a big year with the World Cup coming up. Like, do you feel that extra pressure to perform and that extra sort of drive when you're sort of getting into it, fighting for positions for a World Cup?
I'll take drive, definitely not pressure, because it means that everyone wants to be there. With that, people want to put their best foot forward, which means that it'll probably be a very exciting super season leading into the World Cup. Everyone wants to put their best foot forward, put their hands up.
As a new coach, Andy Friend, someone who's been around as a legend of sort of Australian coaching, have you had chats with him already? Like, what do you expect for sort of the Andy Friend era of the Brumbies?
Andy Friend has already started. Like, I was away in WXV and there's a lot of work already starting behind the scenes, and so he's passionate, genuinely about the women's game, and so if he grows Brumbies, he knows that he has a positive impact for the Wallaroos, and that's something that he wants in ahead of like our actual Australian home World Cup to come. And so although we definitely want to take a win next year, like our big building phase is that home World Cup in 2029.
I was at overseas trip. We're missing on me to ask about WXV too. Like that first silverware for the Wallaroos. You see the inaugural Hall of Fame today. Everyone's sort of celebrating the 30th anniversary. Does it sort of ramp home how special that trophy is and that 3-week period is, not only for this group, but just for what it's going to mean for the history of the Wallaroos?
Silverware, that's new, right? It's something that we haven't had before, but that comes because there's been a new change of things that we've done where we've got a lot more time and assembly together, which means that you can't get things can't change if you keep doing the same things, right? And so we've seen that under the guidance of Amy Fernandez as well, alongside Joe Yap. They've been great for the group, and you can see the growth because we've got to come away with that. But there was a lot of work that took to get there, both on and off the field.
I mean, Tim, when you come in tonight, you're probably maybe expecting one award, but having both in the hand, what's that feeling like?
Crazy, eh? I wasn't expecting it at all, actually. But yeah, to hear my name get called is pretty surreal. That
effort, the start of the try of the year, that effort against the Blues, I think I completed the hat trick. That was your sort of coming out party. Is that just in terms of your rugby memories, one of your sort of fondest?
Yeah, definitely. And I had a lot of family and friends in the crowd that night, and that is what's one of my main memories. Yeah, if I was to put one on. But yeah, a lot of that credit has to go to the fellas inside me because I get a lot of recognition for these tries, but you probably don't see all the work that happens inside, and I'm just the guy on the outside that puts the ball down. So
when you say that, that capitalised on that, and you were almost going to try a game as you were going through that Super Rugby season. Have you had a chance to sort of look back and realise just how special that was? 12 months ago you're putting on a gold jersey in South Africa, now you're sort of dominating Super Rugby and people are calling for a Wallabies squad. How special is that?
Yeah, it's pretty special to reflect on by myself in a quiet time. It is pretty cool, but yet again, I was prepared. I came in my first pre-season at the Reds, and I was prepared very well with the playing squad, with the coaching staff. They prepared me very well for the season, my rookie season. So big thanks to them.
You have that starting debut and it goes the way it obviously went. Did that up the pressure for you, or did you feel that expectation rise when everyone started rambling on about the junkyard dog?
A little bit, I don't know. It's probably more my mates saying you score 3 tries and that's the norm now, but not really. My mentality for each game is just to go in like any other normal game, even if it was a semi-final, if it was a grand final. Just go in like any other game, and that's my mentality. I don't really listen to the outside noise.
And Joe Schmidt is here. I've got to ask you, have you had any conversations with Joe about what exactly you need to do to improve? Yeah,
I've had a few conversations with Joe, actually, a few meetings, and he's been very clear with my progress and stuff. I'm coming off an injury, so this year, to the end of this year, our main focus, and it's good clarity with Joe, is to just aim for that Reds pre-season and really rip into next year for the Reds season. And yeah, you never know what happens next year.
You said it on stage, you were still expecting to probably play QPR this season. So then when you're sitting down with Joe face to face and he's telling you, hey, mate, we reckon you could play for the Wallabies sometime soon. Talk us through that. That's pretty surreal.
It's crazy, honestly. I'm pretty sure I made a bet with one of my mates saying, I'll just be in brothers this year, and he's like, he had more confidence than me. So yeah, then going from that and then having conversations with the Wallabies coaches, it's pretty crazy. A little bit of a blur, to be honest.
Rob, going back to back, must feel pretty special to have this honour again for the second year in a row?
Yeah, obviously blessed and grateful to have won the award. But yeah, as I said up there, I wouldn't be able to do this without my teammates, them doing their jobs, and obviously the coaching staff as well for backing me to go out there and play my game. So, yeah.
You can win this award and you can be a great name. You're only the third player, though, to win it back to back. Now, you won it last year. What was going through your mindset and your attitude to try and repeat your form?
I guess I'm not one to really chase medals or anything. I just love rugby, and I think I sort of put it down to my training, just being consistent through there, or trying to be. But then I also put it down to people behind the doors who help me and make a lot of sacrifices for me to be able to do what I do. So I have to thank my family and my partner as well. So I'm grateful for what they do behind the scenes to allow me to play for my nation.
Your family has sacrificed a lot.
Yeah.
And your Melbourne upbringing has played a pivotal role in who you are today.
Yeah.
But how do you define Rob Valetini of 2024? Who are you now?
Well, that's a tough question. I don't know really. I don't know. I'm just a kid from Melbourne that that wanted to always play for the Wallabies as well. So and I was brought up in a good family as well. So with a lot of older brothers who always hard on me. So I sort of got to thank them as well for my upbringing and stuff. So I don't know who Rob Valetini is of 2024, but
Rob, I don't know if I've seen you more emotional than just before. Like, it looked like there was some tears, were there, or was it just...
No tears. It was more so just nervousness of getting up there and talking in front of everyone. I had to scull a few waters there so I can get up there and talk. Speaking is not really a strength of mine, but I do my best.
What's it like, though? Like, you're one of the poster boys now of Aussie rugby. Like, is that something that you lean into, that you like?
No, not really. As I said before, I just love playing the game, and all this stuff just comes with it, I guess. And I'm not really one to go full poster boy or anything. If you ask Marty, I'm actually one of the least guys that probably say yes to a promo or anything. So
You look at these nominees as well, like, it's pretty rare that not only you go back to back, but you have an all back row final sort of three. Like, can you speak of that bond that you have with Fraser and Harry, and how you guys just keep pushing each other to get better?
Sort of wasn't surprised to see those two names up there. They both had great Super Rugby campaigns, and then Wallaby campaigns as well. So they're both I think I said it a few weeks ago, but when they're on the field together, that connection that they have really helps the team, and they get good forward ball for us. And Fraser's been everywhere as well as a seven. So they make my job easier as well whenever I'm on the field. So.
Rob, you've obviously been involved with Wallaby sides for a while. How far do you feel this side under Joe Smith can go?
I think if an indication of this year, I think we can go pretty far. He's only had a couple months with us, but I feel like we're growing. And the confidence is coming back with us, and I think we're all keen to make the team better. But we also want to put Australian rugby in a better place. Boys have been working hard the past few weeks. Keen to get over there and hopefully put in some performances that the fans and spectators are proud of.
Mate, you're far too young to have seen it, but the 84 Slam Tour, have you been looking through the history books and taking a bit of inspiration, or is it just brand new?
Sort of brand new. I didn't know that they were the only ones as well, so I saw it a bit today looking up at the screen, and get some inspiration and motivation from that, to hopefully that we can put our name up there as well. So it's something that we can strive for, but we'll take it day by day and we'll try to get better.
Medals aside, jerseys aside, like how desperate is this team to win?
Yeah, I think very desperately. I think we always want to win, and we sort of take it to the heart as well whenever we don't, or things like that. And I think for us it's just about training and being hard on each other. And I think we're still a young squad, and we've had a lot of debutants this year as well. So look, we're willing to get better, and I think we're working hard at it. But I think we just got to stay patient and keep training well and keep building. And I think time will come.
You got people on the outside saying Australian rugby is at such a low. The Lions shouldn't even bother touring here. They should go to South Africa.
Yeah.
Do you guys honestly feel as though you can win next year in the Lions series?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a long way. Oh, not really a long way away. But as a group, we're sort of just trying to take it step by step. And I think if we can keep building blocks, on top of each other and come with good performances and good wins, I think this tour is going to be prepping us well for next year. Probably reversing most of those boys there. So I think if we're to play anyone, we're always going with the mindset that we're going to win. And it's exciting as well that the British and Irish Lions coming next year. You're going to get to verse them probably once in your career. So for myself, I'm sort of keen to put my hand up there, perform well next year, hopefully if I'm chosen. So I think that'll be the same as all the other boys.
Robbie, big name that you've got now, but like a few years ago, you probably didn't meet the expectation that a few people did thought out of NRC.
Yeah.
Is there a moment in time when you look back 4 or 5 years ago or 3 years ago where you thought, no, now's the time that I could actually step up and get counted for?
Yeah. Probably say after the Dave Rennie 2020, I think. Sort of towards the back end there, I was sort of just training my head down in that camp. When the opportunity came to come off the bench against Argentina, and I thought I made a lot of strides in my game, and I sort of took that upon me, and then sort of during the break into the 21 season, really wasn't surprised about the way I played. I was just sort of putting down to the work that I was doing, and I think the motivation that I had as well going into that year really set me up. And I think towards the end of the year, rugby can be a lot sometimes, and I think whenever I get back home to Melbourne is I'm sort of reminded who's with me and who's on my side, and I know that I always have my family with me, and it's always good to refresh and go back home and see the family, and that sort of give me motivation to keep kicking on and sort of put my best abilities out on the field, because I know back at home they're watching me on the TV, so I always want to do them proud.
Rob, when you look ahead to the Spring Tour and the Lions Tour as well, the fact you've got that medal around your neck again, and there's names like Israel Folau, Michael Hook being talked about, does that come as pressure or as a motivator for you going into those other tests and what's to come?
Yeah, I think motivator. Motivating me just lead with my actions. I think with this medal you sort of looked upon as up there, and that's always something I always want to do, is try to lead with my actions. I know that I got the boys beside me that always be helping me out there, and we've got a great group of boys at the moment that have just been training and sort of been patient as well. So just sort of keen to get over there and play against the European nations, and they're all quite strong, and we'll be backing ourselves 100%.
Do you think there's any chance that they're not taking the Wallabies lightly, but you might be flying under the radar, or you are going into these tests as underdogs, that maybe there's a chance to strike? Yeah,
definitely. I think the boys are feeling refreshed. We've had a couple of weeks off, but just training in our states, and I think the boys would be keen to get over there. I think a lot of boys haven't been over there to play rugby, and it's an experience to go over there to play in such big crowds and great atmospheres. And I think these are the games you sort of want to be in. The games over there against the European teams, and prove yourself to the world pretty much.
Just also, what's motivating you now?
Family. I guess as I said, we had a few weeks off, and whenever I get a few weeks off, I try to get home. And obviously it's been a long season already, and I try to get home and spend time with family. And they always motivate me. And I think having a few weeks off, you sort of get hungry again to get back on the field. So that's sort of me at the moment, just be hungry to get on the field and see what we can do as a team.
I imagine though, with family, like when you're growing up, you go Michael Hooper, Israel Folau, Rob Valetini, only 3 guys that have won back to back. Like, you can take the foot off the gas. You can hang up the boots. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what is keeping you going now? Like, what do you want to achieve in the next couple of years that you haven't already done?
I guess for me, just putting rugby in Australia in a better place. I think it's sort of looked down on, as you said. And I sort of want to be part of the group that changes that. That changes that perception of rugby in Australia. And then again, I think I just love the game, to be honest. Everything that comes with it. You make friends. I've got lifelong friends as well that I've made in the squad, and I think everything that comes with it. You get to tour, play in amazing places, and it's easy. I think to be playing the game that you love and be playing in all of these places is a bonus. So I'm just thankful and grateful that I'm in this position.
Because it's easy to kill rugby when you're in Australia, when you've got NRL, AFL. It's still a great sport. Like, it gives you opportunities you don't get anywhere else, right?
Yeah. As you said, you get to play all over the world, and that was a motivating factor for me just to stay in rugby. And I don't think I would have gone anywhere else. I can't remember the first rugby game I played. Whenever I think back, I think I was just on a field somewhere with a rugby ball or in the backyard with my brothers. And my family's always loved rugby in it, and I couldn't see myself, going to NRL or anything back then. So, I think I'm sort of lucky to have fallen in love with the game, and then the opportunities that it comes with it, just a bonus.
Hey Bobby, you've been pretty patient, so thank you. We don't often get to see the pain that players go through, both from their body, like physical perspective, but also the mental perspective. Like, how hard is it, like, fronting up time after time when you're not always getting wins and people can kick you down? Like, we don't see that. Like, how hard is it? And does the team actually, like, do they feel it?
Yeah. I think you're always going to get pressure from the outside, and we got it this year as well. So every team feels it no matter how good you are. But I think probably a good thing about us is we sort of don't really listen to the outside noise and sort of focus on what's in the group, and we know we can only control what we control, and that's things inside the group, and I guess, and the way that we train and stuff as well. So we know that people won't be backing us, but we'll always put our best foot forward, and we'll always want to win games, and I guess put Wallabies rugby where it's meant to be.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Robbie.